So there are, when you start your university search, it can be a little daunting. There are so many universities and colleges in the US, like 4,000 plus, and all of them are very different from each other. And today you'll see three different universities represented. And so I'm just going to talk about some of the institutions. So comprehensive universities are those that serve, have a graduate school, have research facilities, have teaching and learning facilities. They also are schools that provide master's and doctorate programs. So it's a very comprehensive, it includes a lot of different things. Then we have liberal arts colleges, which you'll hear more about today. We have Beloit. Alex will be talking about liberal arts colleges. And then we have institutes of technology, which are focused on specific technical programs, which Pan is going to talk about more as well in the next coming slides.
All right. Okay, so now you have a good understanding of the general university type. It's time for you to narrow down to specific majors, right? Which major that you want to study. So different majors might have different requirements. For example, at North for architecture, we might just need you to complete Algebra 2 as your math level. But for computer science or engineering majors in general, we need you to complete at least pre-calculus or even calculus for some majors, right? So definitely do your research. And then many, university may even require ACT or SAT subject tests like math, physics, bio, right? Although SAT did say just like a couple of weeks ago that they're actually getting rid of subject tests. So stay tuned in terms of the requirements for specific majors, universities, and then do your research. Again, utilize Education USA. In terms of the program curriculum, that was just like some general admissions related when I shared about the major specifics. In order to make sure that you are applying to the right major, another thing I want to direct you to is actually the program curriculum catalog, which oftentimes you can find on the school website under academics specific majors. So, for example, the reason why those are important is because some majors may have prerequisites. For most engineering majors, at most schools, you'll probably have to take general calculus 1 and 2 before you can take differential equations or multivariable calculus, things like that. And then for biomedical, bioengineering, those type of majors, you will have to take general biology before you can take advanced level biology. So that's why the majors usually have a very structured curriculum and then follow specific course sequence. And then this is because school really wants to lay a solid foundation for you so you can be successful at what you do. Another component I would encourage you to look at is about the lab equipment, right? So how many credits do you need to gain in order to graduate in labs? If you're the type of person who really values hands-on experience, and you should, then definitely checking with the schools how many lab credits are required. Do they have the most up-to-date, like cutting-edge lab equipment and the materials for you to have that full exposure? Unlike just providing you the answer, universities in the United States, especially in STEM majors, we encourage our students to really utilize lab materials to explore, to really test out an idea, to revise your design, and then to make your own discovery. That's why it's important.
Awesome. Thank you, Pan. And I think for all these points, it's really important to remember that, there are some similarities from school to school to school, but for the most part, every institution in the US is fully autonomous. So the way, our listing of STEM options, the requirements that we have for admission consideration, the requirements for graduation, the way that STEM is pursued at that school, that can vary. So your best source of information, if you want to study biology at one school or another, they might have different requirements for admission. So we always really encourage you to seek out an admission counselor at the schools you're interested in so that you can get a really clear understanding of what it's like to study that field at that school. Just to not assume that it'll be the same requirements from place to place. So we've learned a little bit here about the different types of schools you can study STEM at, about some of the application requirements, what to look out for the curriculum. As Pan was saying, how a school teaches hands-on is a really great measure of the quality of the education that you'll get, especially in STEM, where you love to build, you love to figure things out, you love to solve things with your hands. So you definitely want to pick a school that's going to emphasize hands-on learning or applied learning. And career prep really does happen through applied learning, just like that. In the US, it's very possible to have an internship in your field. This might be through CPT or OPT. You might be able to do kind of an internship at your own institution. These are great ways to try on a career for size. That's how we like to put it. To really see what it's like to work in a lab or in the field or, kind of in a tech environment, to really see, is this what I want to do? Is this the type of space I want to work in for the next 40 years, or is it not? Co-ops, there's different opportunities for working as well while you're studying, or to take a break from your studies in order to build that critical work experience. And then through you being in a job setting, it happens also through networking with current experts in the field. Oftentimes, these might be alumni of that institution who want to come back and mentor you and to show you what their career path has been like. So we really encourage students, again, to pick a school that's going to provide you all these opportunities to explore what it's like to work in STEM and to work in the industry that you're interested in.